It's been a while, but it's definitely time for a Cakespiration. Though this is not the cake that we're inspirating from. I think that's a little obvious. But we're definitely going to take a bite of this scrumptious cake. It's going to be a big bite. So hello and welcome to Domytriesthis. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is my Smile and the Day is Yours rainbow coffee mug. I got this from Avon like 40 years ago. Seriously, it's been that long. Pretty close, 35 to 40 years ago. I tried being a representative when I was younger. But at any rate, that's what this coffee mug is. We have in it the rainbow tea from Sipsby. This is one of the old Sipsby teas, loose teas that we got. This is a nice chunky tea. This has apple bits, rose hip peel, hibiscus, citrus peel, rose petals, cornflower petals, blue butterfly pea flower, Roman chamomile, marigold petals, mallow blossoms, lemon myrtle, citrus slices, apple slices. It's caffeine free, quite obviously, because there's not a whole heck of a lot of actual tea in there. I kind of miss my Sipsby. Anyway, this has just started steeping. It has turned kind of a pale lavender. I'm going to go ahead and give it a sip so we can get started. Not much scent. Now, these are older teas, so I'm expecting that some of these older teas are starting to lose their, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, it's already starting to work on it. It tastes nice. Not over sugared. I'm waiting for the full flavor in a little bit. You know how these goes. We filmed this introduction. My hair is really flat today. I'm a little disappointed with it. I am trying to learn to accept the hair was going to be more flat these days. At any rate, as I was saying, we'll let that go. As you know, we film these introductions after we do the actual look, and then we film the outro soon after the introduction. So it actually doesn't have much time to do the strengthening part, but it does. I did indeed, it's adhered to the plate, but I did indeed take a bite out of the cupcake. And I'm having to lick fingers. Oh, that's a delicious cupcake. The cupcake comes from, I don't know if they're just local to Georgia. I know there's more than one shop, but it's called Small Cakes Cupcakery. They deliver via, for us, DoorDash. It comes in this cute box. I did get 4 of them. So I also have a lemon in here. We have another one of these. These are their hot fudge sundaes, or their fudge sundae ones. I have another fudge sundae in here for the husband, and I think the other one's a red velvet. The other one they picked, not me. So the 4-pack you usually don't get to choose, but I usually put a little note in saying this is what I would like if possible. I told them to send me a dramatic cake if they could. This is the dramatic cake we got. I was hoping for something other than a hot fudge sundae because these are very rich cupcakes. That is my snack for today. It is going to be like 1,500 calories. I will not regret it. They are sublime. They are the best cupcakery I have ever tried. Alrighty, so you can tell by the look, we're off center. Just forgive me for it. This was different. I'm just glad things are staying. At any rate, so you can tell by the look, we are doing a Cakespiration. Also by the title, I'm sure. We are doing a Cakespiration. It's been a long time, and I decided to go full bore and try to do the whole, Art Deco or whatever you want to call this particular style, avant-garde makeup style to go with our cake. And here is our cake. And we are using 4 palettes, which I will mention again when we do the thing, because I always mention things twice. It's just a thing with me. We have 2 Cosmic Brushes palettes. We are going to be using the Serenity and the Delights. Both of these are still available. They may be out of stock, but to my knowledge, neither of these have been discontinued. They will be listed down below with pricing and all of that. And then we have one that is out of stock, and I apologize, but honestly, if you're going to try to do something similar to this look, just find a nice shiny red, because I think that's all I took out of this one. And that's the Dedesignature Fearless Holiday. Oh, I also grabbed a purple out of here. So, but the Fearless Holiday, this was their holiday release last year. This and another palette of theirs has made me a fan of Dedesignature. So, and then finally, last but not least, we have the Nomad Monteverde palette. And as I will mention again for you, this is actually going out of stock soon, and will be going on sale for the final time on the website for the summer. And once it's gone, it's gone. I'm really kind of sad. It is a beautiful palette. This one has not been used much. I have a second one that I have for my art. These greens up here and stuff are actually greens that I can't find elsewhere in my collection, which I thought was really interesting, because you would think I have a nice true green and a nice really deep forest green, and I think I have colors close to this particular green, but not exact. And then, of course, the orange and the yellow and the pinks and stuff. So, kind of sad to see it be going out of stock. I will likely pick up at least one more, uh, if nothing else, for the art, because for the art, those colors are absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, just if you want this palette, now's the time to be watching for that sale and to get it, because when she's gone, she's gone. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off the glasses so you can get a better look at the look. There you go. We're gonna close our eyes a minute. There you go. There you go. If you are interested in how I did this Cakespiration, or anything else that I have to say about any of the palettes or anything, I don't think I say much, because these are all old favorites. They do not disappoint me. So, but if you want to see how I put it together and anything else, well, just keep on watching. Alrighty, so I don't know if I mentioned this, probably did, maybe, but I made myself a little face chart that I'm going to be using to do this cake. To remind you, the cake. Okay, and I probably mentioned the palettes, but I'm going to re-mention one of them again, and that is the Nomad Monteverde. The reason I am bringing it up is because this is going to be going out of production. They are doing one major last sale this summer. I plan to get a third one, because I now have 2. I plan to get a third one to keep upstairs for my art. But yes, they're getting rid of this. They're getting, so if you want this palette, watch for the sale and pick it up. Then it will not be restocked once it's gone. Sad news. All right, so this is gonna be a little different for me. You saw it in the beginning, so you know that this is gonna be quite a bit different for me. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our Monteverde and grab some of this yellow in the middle called Toucan. And we're gonna put that under the brow on our right-hand side. This is going to be very, very different for me. I got all kinds of things out to work with for this. All the colors. It's going to have all the colors. Okay. So we're going to take our color switcher. We're going to clean off that brush a little bit. This is no big deal, because these 2 colors are going to meld. They're all part of the thing. And we're going to grab some of this orange Jaguar, and we're going to use that from the crease up. The hair is really doing its thing today. It is happy hair. Well, that's really orange. All right, so I'm going to do that and take it up. We only need one of those. Wow. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab another brush anyway, because with the orange on here, I suspect that yellow would get eaten up. I want to put another layer of yellow up top. Okay, so we're going to grab some of this yellow again and just go over the top. Blend the two, get that yellow nice and sharp up there. All right, so now I want to use a lighter orange than it's in here. I picked up all of these and didn't pay attention to the oranges. I was looking at reds and blues. All right, so we're going to use this sort of orangey yellow out of the Cosmic Brushes Delicious Delights. I could probably use this gingerbread too if I wanted. Why? Huh? It's fine. That's funny. Yes, I complained at my daughter that she has all these beautiful dresses and she never wears them. Come say hello. Come show your face. Say hello. There she is, off to work. Alrighty, let's get back into this. What do you think? Should we use the melon or should we go ahead and use the gingerbread? I was aiming for orange. We'll use the gingerbread. We'll use the gingerbread instead. It's a little dark. You know what? We'll start with the gingerbread and put the melon over it. There. We have done both things. We're going to grab some of this gingerbread. Oh, this will be dark. I bet you anything this will be dark. Yes. It's not as bright as the other, so we'll put the melon over it. So we're doing the upper like we did on the other side. This will be one of those rare videos where you get to see both sides being done. There's reasons for that. Alrighty. Not as bright, that's fine. Clean this up using our color switcher. And then we'll grab some of this buttercream and we'll put it over a little bit more buttercream. Hello, buttercream. I think that lightened it up. Maybe not so much in this inner quarter, but in the rest of it, it did a really good job. Now we're going back into the Monteverde. I love this palette. I'm kind of sad it's going out of sale, but as you can see, I have two of them. So I have the one upstairs, which has been used a bit more than this one, but it's going to be a while. So I guess we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But we're going to go ahead and use this color Green Spiny Lizard. It's a nice primary green. And we're going to do that from the crease up thing on this side. Blend away, blend away. I already feel weird about it. This really is different. You saw at the beginning, this really is different for me. Okay, so we got both of those done. And we're going to finally grab one of these And we've got two different pots. We've got a silver. This is the Lorella Diamond Shadows in Icy. And then this is the Moira Star Shows in 08 A Vibe. So one is gold and one is silver. Okay, so for our right side, we're going to use the silver. We're going to go about 1/3 of the way. These are so nice. Both of these, Lorella and the Moiras, are really nice. It may be shiny. Anyway. Okay. All right. And I'm going to take a brush. As we get silver sparkles everywhere, we're going to take a brush. I'm not getting this wet, but I am picking up a little bit more, just a little bit. We're going to make sure that we've got our corners on our creases all covered. Because I have those old creasy eyes, unfortunately. I have old lady eyes. Okay, so there's our silver. And I'm going to go ahead and finish out this side before I move on. So we've got the Cosmic Serenity. That will have our light blue. It is a matte, which is unusual for me to put across my lid. Let's try Echo. If we don't particularly like Echo, we can go ahead and put the shimmer over it. But Echo seems right about the color we need. So it's just my eyes, you know. Put that over that edge. Oh yeah, I think we're going to need something just a touch more. Let me see if I have another blue that's on the lighter end that I pulled out. You know what? Let's try Sugar Plum. Let's put Sugar Plum across that because it's coming up a little bit like it's not really showing, you know? It's a problem with me and really pastel colors. So I really wanted to try that. So we're going to go ahead and get the other side of this wet. And grab some of this Sugar Plum. These Cosmic brushes, palettes, should still be somewhat available. They come in and out of stock. This has a slight purple to it. That'll be nice. Okay. It's not blending well with the silver. Somehow not surprised. Also not mad. All right. There we go. It's more of a purpley blue, but it works. Nobody said these colors had to be exact, right? It's a Cakespiration, which means it's inspiration. It's fine. It's fine. All right, now I have a lot of purples to pick from. Okay, so this is the Dedesignature, and that's the other one. We'll use the Nomad. The Dedesignature is darker. I wonder if these would. Let's try something. Okay, so laying down the Dedesignature and putting the Nomad over the top. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see if we can get that effect. All right, so we're going to start with this Dedesignature Deep Plummy It's called Pansy. This is a palette that I kind of hope that they bring back this year for the holidays, because this is an amazeballs palette. Although their Jingle Bell palette was pretty good too. Okay, so we've got that in there. Just on that outer edge. It's got some fallout. Use our color switcher. We're doing both purples, so came off the brush really nice. And now let's grab this Monteverde Violet Sabruing and put that over the top. Wow. I like that. I like that. We're going to go ahead and take this and run that edge over the purple. Blend those colors. It's already different. And don't even need to see the stuff at the beginning to see that this is different. Let's brush some of that purple away. Okay, so in my picture, I didn't do the whole thing here. What I am going to do, now that I'm looking at it, I'm actually going to grab a slightly lighter purple. I have enough of them. And I'm going to go ahead and do that point. You know what? I'm going to use Charms. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this frosting over it. I'm going to tap in like that. And just run along the edge. And blend it a bit. And then go out. Go out some. Trying not to be too heavy-handed with it. It's giving us sunset vibes, which I can deal with. Very sunset vibes. I'm managing to leave just enough of that orange. Okay. And all of this part here where the orange is peeking through is going to end up being covered with the wing. So I'm not too worried about it. But I got enough of that orange. All right. Let's grab some of this beautiful frosting and just add a bit of shim. Doing the same thing, just going across very lightly and blending it out a bit. Because those purples are over the orange, they tend to take on a brown cast. I'm not too worried about it. But I do want to get some of that shimmer in there. I'm fine with it. All right, we're going to move on to the other eye. And then we are going to, I'm going to go ahead and do the concealer, do the foundation, and then we have other things to do. You saw we have other things to do, so we have other things to do. And I will probably do all of those little beads and things off camera just because, you know, placement and stuff is going to be a pain in the ass. But we got to put something up here. We got to put something here. So yeah, we got things to do. I'm overly pleased about all this. All right, let's go ahead and work on the other eye. So for the other eye, we start with a gold. Gold. I'm one of those people who can wear both silver and gold. I have a neutral undertone. So neither one of them look ashy on me. All right, grabbing some of this gold from Moira. So these two, the Moira and the Lorella, have very similar consistency. The Moira is just a bit more moussey than the Lorella. Okay. I think that moussey texture makes it just a little easier to get the color on and to get it where you want it and to get it to stay there. That's the only difference between the two. One is a little bit more of a moussey texture than the other. Comes up a bit more orangey red, but you know what? I think the red on the cake is a bit more orangey. If necessary, I can go over it with one of these other colors to bring up some more of the red tones instead of, the orangey tones. Okay. Over the edges. That works. It doesn't have quite the shine of that blue, does it? I don't know if I have any really shiny reds. Okay, so yeah, I did a real big hut and I do not have anything close. All right, then the next thing I need is a very deep blue. And we're going to get that out of the Cosmic Brushes Serenity. It's going to be this mood. As in, she is a whole mood. We've done our purples. We can go ahead and use this. Start. See, that covered it up right away, but you can also see she is kind of got a lot of fallout. We will be covering that shit up. All right. Blue in there. Red, and just go over the edge of it. Blend y'all in. Just a touch. We make these funny faces as we do the things, right? Okay, not mad at that. And like over here, we're going to find a light blue. So we're going to get back into the lights and we're going to use Sweetie to do the same thing. Same kind of thing, just being careful and putting it over the edge and then bringing it out just a little bit. It is melding into that green. Interesting. I shouldn't be that surprised. You need a little shim shim too. We got to find a little shim shim for that. Need that blue to show. There she is. And then we're just going over the edge, making sure we have our arc, but also letting our green show where it can show. All right, so I got to find a nice shim shim to put over that. Something with a shim that isn't too strong. That isn't going to wipe everything out with it. Okay, so yes. Getting back into the Monteverde, and we're going to use River Trail. Doing the same thing we did with that other purple, and just adding it where we put the blue to create just a tiny bit of shimmer. This one actually helps support that blue too. It is a very tiny amount of shimmer, which is fine. All right, I am going to go ahead and clean some things up. Quite obviously, I need to clean some things up. Get most of the rest of my face done, and then we have to come back and do all the other things. Alrighty, so to finish this all up, I went real light on the cheeks and did no highlighter. I figured that was going to get in the way. And I did do light lines of color underneath on the lower lash line, but not enough to really show. So it's there. Okay, so I brought out some of my gems. And another gem. In fact, this one will be easy to do. We're going to grab one of these. We're going to hope it sticks. We only need one. Hi. I'm kind of glad I have these. These are from Wet n Wild, I believe. And I'm kind of glad I have them because individually placing gems over one brow just seems a bit much. So I have to think about where my glasses are, and I'm going to take this up just a little bit higher. And so there's that piece. Not quite following the brow, but unfortunately, if you play with these too much, the sticky, you can already see it, the sticky goes away and they come down. That is the only unfortunate thing about the Wet n Wild gems. The sticky just isn't very durable. All right, so I also brought this out. So we're going to use this light pink to do a line and fill, and then I'm going to, whoa, the color is coming up a bit darker. And then I'm going to use a powder to set it. Now the pink I have is a little darker than I'd like. So I'm gonna try to use a lighter brush. We're gonna get this color Marshmallow from the Delights palette. We're just gonna grab a little bit of it and kind of pat it over. I am going to take some of my banana powder. I want to do it on the outer edge first and tap that in. Okay, so that lightens the color a little bit. Doesn't turn it orange, which is what I was concerned about. Y'all know how much I hate using my fingers, but we are using our fingers because I really am concerned about the gems not staying in place if this is too sticky and wet. Okay. I'm using my fingers to brush out any excess color from the powder because I am getting some swirls from the powder. That's fine. Okay. All right. Like I said, I'm going to do gems down here, but I'm going to do those off camera. I have one gem going over here that I will do on camera, and I'm going to do these two on camera. I can't remember where I got these. I got these at Amazon. I don't know who the maker was. It's been such a long time since I bought these. I've had them for ages now. I have a dark one. Okay, move you over just a little bit to make room for the other one. Turn. Okay, we got our little hearts. So the one thing I don't have is a yellow kind of eyeliner or lipstick or cream based shadow. So I'm going to use a primer, eyeshadow primer. I am going to use my, this is going to be fun because I have to draw a circle. I'm going to use my MBA Cosmetics primer. And like I did it here, I'm going to draw my thing and then fill it and then go over it with the right color. Okay, so we're getting that Monteverde Toucan again. And we're going to put it over this primer. So before I put the purple gem where it goes, I need a red. Are you red? I'm going to use this Moira Lip Appeal waterproof liner to do the outer circle, which is supposed to be red. I am certain it is much easier to put circles on a cake. At any rate, we are going to get into the Fearless Holiday by Dedesignature. And we're going to grab this more orangey red and use that to go over the red that we just put down. And in the center of that, we're going to put one of these purple rounds. We're just going to have to go with off center because the damn thing keeps falling out of my hands. It keeps falling out of my hands. It's like, no, you will not do this. All right, we're going to use some of the Wet n Wild paint pot in black. Part of my problem is I can't see without my glasses. My apologies. That didn't go as straight as I wanted. I'm not going as long, and I'm only going to put 2 dots instead of, well, one of the dots is mixed in, so it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. And we've got a smudgy line. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the finishing things, do the hair, change the top, put in the earrings, the things, all the things. And I will also do the lines that I said that I'm going to be doing over here. And then we'll be back and we will talk about it. Alrighty, before we go and check out this look real close up and personal, let's take a look at our cake one more time. I think this will be the 3rd time in this video, but one more time. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. We're just going to lift these up so we can get the bangs out of the way and get close and personal with the eyes. If we're falling apart on the inner corners, I've already had to repair them once, so that would be no surprise. We're going to look up. There's not much going on underneath the eyes. I figured with everything else going on with the face, we do not need a lot going on underneath the eyes. I'm honestly not mad at the 2 different color stories on the eyes. I would not be wearing this stuff out, obviously, but this is not that. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this. I otherwise don't know how I feel about the look. I mean, it is a little bit, it's out there. It's a little out there for me, but it did push my boundaries, and I'm proud of pushing my boundaries. I did try to fix this. Tried. You can see I added a dot, tried to fix the lines. I tried. I'm really impressed that things are sticking. At any rate, you are going to have to let me know down below what you think, how you think I did, how well did I do the cake? Did I do the cake justice? Let me know. I tried. I probably could use a bit more blues or something. I just didn't want to do too many circle things. I thought about putting another one down here or something, but no, no, we left it. We're just gonna leave it. And I didn't have anything that was a single straight gold thing. I could have done gold lines with the shadows or something, but I chose to use the gems. And other than that, I think I did okay. You'll have to let me know. At any rate, I am going to go and eat cupcake. But before that, I'm going to, sip my tea, and we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Like I said, if you have enjoyed what you've seen, I hope you will go ahead, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And now let's go ahead and get another sip of this tea. Our opening, I think, whether you see it all, was about 10 minutes. So hopefully this is a full body flavor. It tasted pretty good when we tasted it at the beginning. I'm looking forward to giving it another sip. So let's go ahead and give her a taste. It's interesting. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. It's not horrible. It's not as sweet as I would expect with the apples and all the other little bits in it. One interesting thing about having all these teas that I haven't finished up from Sipsby, I forget what they taste like. So this one, I would say I probably wouldn't purchase again, even if it was available. I don't know if Sipsby itself is still available. The subscription is gone. I do kind of miss it. But at the same time, I have quite the stack of tea, so the break is probably a good thing anyway. But I don't know if I would buy this if it was still available. There's not a whole lot of flavor there. It's a very, very, very mild tea. Not horrible, just, with something with all those bits in it, I would expect to get more of a fruity flavor to it. At any rate, as we all know, I love my kids. I love my dragonettes. And I hope you have a good one.